Right guys, so for today's video we're going to be installing Mark 5 GTI tartan front seats. These are quite rare, fully electric versions. So all the controls are completely electric, there's no winder on the driver's side. And then the bolster support is electric on the passenger side with a manual other two controls. Be quite a nice upgrade over these. And I've already got the Polo GTI tartan rears anyway. So first step, remove the old seats. You've got two M12s I believe, on either side at the front, and the same with the rear, so they're a doddle to get out. I'll put it on time lapse and see you when they're out. So now all four bolts are out. I'd recommend laying the seat back like so you can access the connectors easier. I'll show you in a bit. So if you put the seat in round about the middle of the rails, you can then tip it back and it will go onto the steering wheel, and there's your connector. You've got to unplug just there. So now that plug's all disconnected, you're all good to remove the seat. There's no other connectors under there for me. So once the old seat's out, hack the connector off of it and you should be left with this. I've put the pin out for what these colour wires mean in terms of these colour wires in the description. It's super easy, just swap the plug over and then it'll be plug and play. So now you've got both ends stripped, you can put them together, and I'll just check what the colours go to and I'll let you know. So black goes to green, white goes to blue, and brown goes to brown. So it's fairly simple, just pop them together, solder them up. Definitely use heat shrink, I'd highly recommend it because it will just make your job so much neater. So, yep, that's them all sorted, all heat shrink / electrical taped over. And just for the record, this is, I believe, heated seats, and then this is the electric module for the controls on the side. So all you've got to do is add power to this one and then do the full electric seat retrofit if you want to use this one, but I don't like electric seats, so I'm not going to bother. So I just skipped ahead and wired in the electric seats. As you can see, they're all working nice now. It's literally as simple as just black is ground and then the thicker red and black wire is live. I've just done it into the cigarette lighter so I could move it for the sake of getting it in the right place to bolt it down. But the next job is to chop that pin off, that thing there, and drill the two holes in the back, and then they'll be all done. So in terms of the rear of the seats on the rails, you have two options. You can either do what I've done on this side, sorry about the dirt, where you just re-drill a new hole. So you can see there's the factory hole. I've just re-drilled a new hole, which is easy as that. You literally just drill through the seat rail, do a new hole. So there's the factory hole, you drill right there and then go straight into where it is mounted from the factory. But for this one I'm going to do something a little bit different. With this being an electric seat, and they're really rare for the Mark 5 tartan seats in electric, I don't really want to be drilling holes in it if I can avoid it, because as you can see there's a whole mechanism going through here and it will devalue the seat if I ever want to sell them on. So instead I'm just going to be drilling a hole into the car where that is, and using a riv nut or a rivet nut. So then I'll have options. If I ever want to change the seats, I can run any Mark 5 seats in this car and they'll just bolt straight in on the factory holes. And I'll still have my holes if I ever want to put 9N3 seats back in. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go with for the electric side. But for that side, I have just re-drilled the holes so I can run the 9N3 mounts, or 9N3 mounting points. So yeah, just for the record, in your riv nut set, it is an M8, and that way you can run the factory bolts and they screw straight in. You'll have no issues. So yeah, as you can see down there, we've got the hole drilled straight through, and down here we've also got a hole drilled straight through. So all we've got to do now, bang a couple of riv nuts in there and that'll be all sorted, and then you can use the standard bolts, as you can see, just thread straight in, all sorted. So yeah, I've now just gone ahead and taken these two front bolts out, and I'm just going to move the seat all the way forward so I can hopefully avoid having to mess around with taking it back out of the car. Got the pop rivets in, or riv nuts, one there and one there. Don't know if you can see it, just there. But yeah, that now means that I can just bolt in Mark 5 seats whenever I want to, and they're pretty solid. and biggest whoop, you can use the factory bolts straight in, so it looks factory for like MOT testers and stuff like that. Next step, just get it all lined up nicely. As you can see, there's one and there's the other, and then chuck your bolts in just as if you're installing regular seats. Are now fully installed, as you can see, forwards, backwards, and they're all nice and solid, fully in there. Also, I figure I may as well add this at the end. I was having some major problems with steering wheel controls for the next... I know I said this video was going to be steering wheel controls, but I just couldn't manage it, to be honest. I tried my best. I even put a 6R steering wheel on to try and make it a bit easier for myself, and it just still no luck. So I'll crack it one day, but just give me some more time. Anyway, cheers for watching. Really happy with how it turned out. See you in the next one.